Emotions, how do they affect us, especially when it comes to trading? All right. I want to talk today about greed. A lot of people suffer from this issue. I don't know how to really explain it, other than the fact is that you are wanting more out of something than you should actually expect, in a sense. All right. You really need to be patient when it comes to trading and understanding setups. Okay, understanding the difference between high probability and low probability setups, and knowing when to take trades and knowing when to stay out of the market. Don't allow greed to take control of your mindset, because it will. It all starts up here and then it works down here, because in the end result, we start feeling a certain way because if we got into a bad trade, it affects us down here, okay, in our gut or our heart, knowing that we shouldn't have probably taken that trade. A lot of people say, or use the term, I should have trusted my heart or should have trusted my gut. Sometimes your mind will allow you to be clouded, and when the heart and the mind aren't working together, there are issues that arise, all right, even when it comes to trading. I like to sit back when I'm trading, and a lot of people reach out and say, Mike, I thank you for discussing and talking about patience and showing how you yourself are a disciplined trader and what to look for. I don't take every trade under the sun. Everything that appears to be a rainbow or pot of gold at the end is not always going to be. It's not always roses, sweet smelling roses and flowers. And sometimes we just have to know when to get out of a trade when we take a trade, okay? But controlling yourself is something that you can work on so that you can become better at actually trading. Greed is a factor. It's an element. It's a concern. It's an issue that destroys most traders, okay? And a lot of people suffer from emotional problems in this world. We know that, and I'm not talking about or going to speak about mental health or anything in that nature. I'm just telling you that greed, fear, other elements, FOMO, there are things that may affect you as a trader that you have to separate yourself from. You have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, yes, I'm a greedy person, or have been or was a greedy person, but now I'm not. If you are that type of person right now, I will tell you right now, and I promise you that what you need to do is to fix that issue. Because all you're going to do when you get into trading is be trying to enforcefully taking trades back to back to back. I found the best means of success for me in trading is when I for example, like this year, made a goal for myself. I've always made goals for myself in trading, but I made a goal and I promised myself that I would not overdo it, meaning not overexert or put or start over trading, I should say. I'm just looking for maybe one or two good setups a day, all right? And, that's why I like trading the way I do, is trading the range charts, trading the strategy I do. I can find multiple charts trading off of these particular style charts, all right? But the thing about it is that they may not always be high probability trade setups, okay? They could be low probability trade setups. So I have to kind of weed myself or weed through to see which trade setups make most sense to me, all right? And by doing so and looking at trade setups that are higher probability versus lower probability, this helps me control the way that I actually trade. It helps me control my emotions just as well. I know a lot of people that get into trading and they see setups back to back and they want to take a trade back to back. But you have to understand there's a lot of different moving components and a lot of different things that you need to know as a trader. If we're bullish, the market's moving higher and we're breaking structure to the upside. Looking back, and I always talk about looking to the left-hand side to see if there are multiple demand areas, say for example, because that's what I trade is supply and demand. Which one of those areas make the most sense for me to take a trade from? Okay, because you have to look at from where a leg may have started at, the origination. It could be a high, it could be a low. When it started making its move to the upside, for example, if we're bullish, okay, breaking structure higher, where did that move start at, and where was the end of that move at? Okay, and there could be multiple demand areas stacked up below us. What I like to do is look at the market and see where did the move start at, where to stop at, and then I like to see, okay, where are some key significant demand areas where there are high probability zones that I could be interested in taking trades from. Again, the style and how I trade and using multiple charts for confirmation, and then moving down to a lower base chart to look for the rejection for confirmation to get into a trade, that helps me, set myself up for a better, a recipe for success, okay? For things to tend to move more in my favor than not. So I put certain measures in place to help me safeguard myself, I should say, but it also helps me control, me as an individual from not having to, deal with the issues of, the psychological components in a sense, but I've moved away from that, and I worked on that in my own trading. I'm not saying that, from time to time I don't get fearful about taking a trade or whatever the case is, and then, I chicken out of a trade. Yeah, we all do. But knowing who you are as a person, and knowing that if you suffer from some type of emotional and psychological issue, then you need to fix that before you start. Because yeah, you may have the money, but the moment you put the money into the account and you're still suffering, or you are dealing with issues emotionally or psychologically, then that's going to take a play and take a toll in your own trading. Okay, so you have to be able to, come to trading or come to these charts with a clear slate, meaning not emotionally or mentally fogged in the mind, I should say, clouded to where you're not able to read the market. That's the biggest thing about trading, is being able to read these charts. Trust me when I say that, 100%. And if I give you a piece of advice and a way to be able to help control greed, if you're someone that's suffering from it, figure out a goal for yourself. Not to say, I need to make $5,000 a day. Just figure out a realistic goal for yourself as far as how much would you like to make today. All right. And don't make it unrealistic, okay? I don't want to make $10,000, $20,000. I'm not saying you can't make that. I'm not saying you can't make $1,000 a day. I'm just saying when you're first starting off, make a realistic goal for yourself. You can always increase that in time, because as you become successful in trading, what the end result is that you end up building up an account to where you can, go from trading one contract to 2 contracts to 10 contracts. But you want to be able to prove to yourself the consistency part. And that all comes from what I find where people find the most success at, and eliminating the greed or removing it, from their personal lives, is just becoming more of a humble and patient person. When you're able to do that, you can reflect back and say, yeah, I used to be that greedy person. I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. And all you did was stress yourself out the more you wanted something. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not saying that not to be driven or have passion, but there's a difference of being a driven person and having passion than greed. Greed is just, to me, it's just like gluttony. It's just the fact that you just continuously want more and more and more and more. And, you're going way beyond the means of being satisfied, in a sense of where you can make $500 a day and build up from there, or $200 a day. You say, oh, I made $500 yesterday. I want to make $1,000 a day, and tomorrow I'll make $5,000. That's greed. Okay. Have a realistic goal for yourself. Set it and just prove to yourself that you can consistently do that, for a period of time, and then work your way up. Okay. Build yourself up if you want to step up to another contract. But it's all about, in this business, it's about growing your account size so that you can be able to make more income in the end. You don't jump out the gate day one and say, I want to make, 5,000 today, 10,000 tomorrow. No, you've got to prove to yourself, okay? Because these markets will prove you wrong very quick. I don't care if you put $10,000 in your account and you come in this business and you have a very cocky or arrogant demeanor or personality. Guess what? And you come into this business with the mindset full of greed. Guess what? That $10,000, you'll see it going tomorrow by the end of the week. All right, because all you're going to be doing is chasing the market, feeling as if I won't. You don't want. You just need to show yourself and become educated to prove to yourself that you can make it to in this business, to make a business out of it for yourself. If this is someone that wants to do this for a full-time basis or even part-time, okay, I'm just telling you, greed ends up killing all. It ultimately affects people's lives, and they end up losing everything. Okay. And they have to find themselves starting back over. So you have to know where, if you're someone that's kind of greedy, or you feel like, yeah, I am a little bit greedy, go ahead and correct it while you can. Fix it while you can. Okay. If you're up and you say, well, yeah, I've been kind of greedy my whole life, go ahead and fix it. Find a way to become more of a humble person, because when you're humble, then it's kind of like I'm not saying flatline in the sense of, you just being stagnant in life. I'm just saying flatline in the sense to where you are even planed. All right. And then we're just kind of working ourselves up. Greed, I find that a lot of people are irrational people. Who are rational people suffer from the greed aspect, the self-centered aspect of it's all about me. Those type people tend to deal with more or have more issues, or deal with more battles in life than not. So, when you can become on an even playing field and be a patient person, you're able to see things more clear. And that's the difference of what it takes to make it in this business. Is clarity. Being able to read the charts and understanding which zones make sense to you in your chart to take your trade from. Again, we're talking about supply and demand, because that's how I trade. This video is not about a strategy today. I've talked about on many videos about the strategy. And if you're interested in understanding and educating yourself on the strategy and how I trade, it's a beautiful strategy. It's put together, well. And it's just all centered around confluence and waiting for confirmation to get into a trade. Using one higher base chart and moving down to a lower base chart. A lower base chart helps you execute that trade. And I talk about that time and time again in so many videos here in this channel. But today I just want to touch the minds and the hearts of individuals out there that may be suffering from something, especially greed. Get your mind right. Get your heart right. If you really want to try to and truly want to make it in this business. And don't come in with the mindset. Yeah, you want to come in the mindset. Of course, you want to make money, but don't come into the mindset of having some unrealistic goal. All right, starting off. Okay, you got to educate yourself. And maybe you come from an avenue or a path in life to where everything's been handed to you. Then you're going to really need to really change your life around, because this business it's not for the weary. I promise you that. If you have some money that was left to you, a trust fund, baby, or and then you say, well, hey, I'm going to start investing money into the markets, whatever the case is, and I don't know how to trade. I'm just going to start throwing money at it. If you do not understand how to read these markets and educate yourself, and that's the thing about life, we have to educate ourselves on and have a plan and able to sustain and make it within any business to build that business up. It's the same thing here. We're just, you have to put the trust in yourself if you want to make it in this type of business in trading, because everything's on your back. Money's on the line. And I talk about this before. We're not going or trying to move against our opponents. That's not what this game's about. This business is about. It's about moving with them and understanding what their gameplay is. When I say they, I mean the institutions, okay? Because they're the ones that drive the markets, all right? So don't think it's because you have a bunch of money that you're going to make it overnight. And you're going to flip $1 million and start making and flip it to $10 million. Okay. You may get lucky, but I'm just sitting here. I'm telling you that if you truly want to make a business out of this, remove the greed, attack this business with a plan. We're talking about a trading plan, sticking to it, having a regiment, understanding market structure. I probably haven't said that term in the last few videos, but I've been pounding it for a period of time, months, maybe more than a year or two now. But yeah, market structure is everything. It's the key to me. When it comes to trading, I mean, you can ask any successful professional trader. They're going to say, yeah, you need to know how to read the market. You have to understand that, the flow of the market and be able to see and understand where to take trades from. So that's the key to in the recipe to success in this business is understanding, what's going on in these markets every single day. They're always doing something different, and we as traders have to adapt as well. But you got to get this right first. And whatever you may be dealing with. But again, this video here is talking about controlling that greed so that you can end up making an income. You can end up making money trading futures. Okay. But I just wanted to talk about that, kind of this is small heart to heart today. Yesterday was a holiday, and I'm not personally doing any trading today. It's, NFP, and this is kind of, not say wacky week, but we had a holiday with NFP this week, and the markets could do some sporadic stuff. So, of course, there's probably not as much volume in the markets too. So it's a holiday weekend, and I'm just going to take the rest of the weekend off and enjoy. And if you're trading today, please be safe in the markets as well. But I wish everyone a safe and relaxing weekend, and we'll get back at doing it next week. And I'm excited about next week. And yeah, it's still the summertime, and things aren't as ramped up as they normally are during the other 9 months of the year. But hey, fall will be here before we know, and the market and the volumes will pick back up. But anyways, I don't want to rant and move on. I'm just going to go ahead and move on. Close the video out. I appreciate every one of you guys that take the time to watch the video. And to anyone out there that's really wanting to dive deep and understand the concept and how I trade the strategy, spend some time watching the videos, okay? I mean, truly, I put it out there. It's public. It's on the channel. Just spend time watching the videos, all right? If you're someone that's interested in receiving, the trade breakdowns and diving a little bit deeper, you can become an elite member. A lot of people always ask, I get DMs every single day asking how they can join and become an elite channel member or a elite channel supporter, because that's what you're doing. You're supporting my efforts as a content creator. But down in the description portion of the video, you'll find 2 links there. One of them is the Discord link. You can join. The Discord's free. And then that link below that Discord link is the link to become a elite member. It's only $6.99 a month, but you get the trade breakdowns. That's where I go into detail about the trades that I take, talking about stop loss and profit targets. Just going into detail about the strategy and the breakdown trades that I actually took. Lots of them that I posted over in the Discord, so that you can, grasp an understanding of what I was looking at, why I took that trade, because I run through that in detail, talking about those setups. As well as you get the video playlist and additional content that I throw out there from time to time and make videos on, like I did one on market structure and broke that down. So if you're interested in becoming an elite member, again, that link is down in the description portion of the video. Click on it, invite yourself in. It's only $6.99. Make sure to choose that second tier. So when you click that link, 2 tiers will pop up. The second tier for $6.99 a month is the one you want to choose if you want to become an elite member. Again, you support my efforts as a content creator by pushing out so much video content, and I'm doing this because I want to see people truly become successful and profitable. But outside of that, that's all I have today. Again, have a safe weekend, and I'll see everyone in the next video. If you found that, well, first and foremost, let me say this too. I may not have said this. If you're not a current sub, please take the time right now. Click on that subscribe button. Make sure to turn your post notifications on. Click on that bell so you never miss one of the uploads. And last but not least, if you found value in today's video, this is more of a heart-to-heart and talking about greed, and it's letting you know if you've, kind of dealing with some things, just kind of gain control of who you are as a person before you step into these markets. But if you found value, please drop a like on the video. Take care. See you in the next one.